here's 3 key challenges for new managers. For people that are going into management for the first time, new people leaders, there's 3 key themes that I've seen that people find quite challenging at the beginning and that it's great to start deliberately improving and working on. The first one is delegation. A quick rule or an easy rule that I have is that if somebody else can do a job 70% as good as you can, so 7-0, then you should delegate it to that person. That's going to help both free up your time, find ways to trust your team, and start making the transition from an expert and a doer to making the transition to a leader and having more impact in the organization. So it's key to delegate. A good rule: if you think somebody can do 70% as good of a job, then delegate that task. I've seen it work well, and allows people to, the people that get the task allows them to grow as well, and you're moving into your new role. That's number 1, delegation. Second one, communication. Communication is so key that there are roles in organizations that their number 1 task is communication. That's how important communication is, that there's people that's their only role, their only job. It's critical. And some of the things that I know that I've struggled with and I've seen people have there as a challenge is knowing when to communicate, what, to who, and you do have to keep an eye on and an ear out for what's happening in the organization to see who could be impacted by your decisions, by your actions, and also who would like to know or stay abreast of the developments that are happening in your team or area. So some of the classic ones are around resourcing. So if there's more demand on a resource that might be shared, make sure that you're engaging with the people of the other team, not through that shared resource, not only, but also directly, and use that opportunity to build some relationships and make sure that you understand what's important for the other teams, for the other areas, and what goals they're trying to get to, so you can help them along the way. The communication is key. Make sure that you are over communicating. So definitely make an effort to push it to the level that it's uncomfortable. And if you think you're oversharing, what you'll usually find is that it's at the right level for everyone else. So make sure that you're communicating lots and oversharing. That was tip number 2. And then the third one, probably the toughest, is around expectations management. Lots of tips and tricks here. Definitely an area where you can, overpromise and underdeliver. If you feel the pressure and the pinch at times, flip it on its head. Give yourself more time than what you think is necessary when you're being asked for timelines. And because then when you do deliver, it'll be faster and it'll make you look good, essentially. So if you think a task will, from a technical delivery perspective, if you think a task might take 2 days, feel free to say it would take 2 weeks. And the reason why I say that is because you can surprise to the upside, definitely, and you should aim to do that every time. But also, there are additional components beyond the technical delivery that are important here. So there's communication with other parts of the business or other teams before and after the technical delivery, especially in the after, depending on what the results are. These results need to be socialized, sometimes behind closed doors before they're announced publicly. And if there is that deadline of, say, the 2 weeks in this case, that's usually when the public announcement is going to happen at that 2-week mark. And there does need to be some time for private conversations to happen before that, so things are aligned and we can progress to the next stage of the deliverable quickly. Additionally, if you're thinking it's going to take 2 days, from a technical delivery perspective, that's usually optimistic because we as humans have an optimistic tendency, and there are unforeseen issues that we have every time. So make sure that you're having some buffer for that. So in the expectations management, make sure you're taking into consideration the technical and non-technical deliverables, so the communication as well, and that you're allowing for hiccups and issues, and that within all that, you can still deliver early. And that is a great way to do it. I'll post more ideas on expectation management because I see it as a key sticking point, and there's lots of good tips there. I hope this has helped. See you in the next video.